I welcome everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you an example in which you have a case in which you have to merge the file based upon a common identifier. What you can do in this case is that let's say this is your panel data and you want to have a country classifiers merged into this file. So you have to match country with the country name here and then repeat the values. So for the case of data visualization, there is a shortcut that is discussed in this video and we'll try to do it using Power BI. So we have a data where there are several country names and there's another data by World Bank in which each country has its own identifier. So we'll start with this example. So let's start with importing the data files. I will open the Power BI and read the data files. So I will load the data file here. First of all, the index data. So in this data file, you can see it will read the data file and you select the relevant sheet and then press import. Okay, so since there are many countries in it, so you need to have a look that if there are any missing values. So it will take some time to load the data. So it has loaded the data. Now what you can do is go in the data and have a look if this data does have to if it has missing values. So it has loaded some empty rows in the start, okay, for this variable, and then there is data later on. So how to solve this? What you can do is you can go back and go in Power Query, okay, and then in the Power Query, first of all, you have to remove the missing rows for a specific variable. So I will select the country variable and I'll make sure that I will remove the uncheck. So I will uncheck the missing values here so that there are no missing rows in this data, and then I will apply and close. After converting that variable, you can go in the variable view and check. Now you can see there is no missing value, the data is here. Next is to import the second data. So we'll go back in the report view, file, key data, the data from Excel, and then we'll import the second data file. So the concept that we are going to tell here is the creating a relationship between two data sets. For that, at least one data set must be there as a common identifier. So I will load this data. The problem with this data was that it is not able to identify first row as the variable names. Why? Because most of the data is non-numerical, so the title and other entries are not differentiated because of their class. So what I will do, I will come in the data view again and select this data. So I need to convert this variable, convert the first row, which is not the title. I have to make sure that it is the relevant title. So I will have a look if the title is not there at the end. So I will write it here. So I will write country and then its region, then its income group, then it is lending group, and this is code. So this way this data is the titles are sorted. So now you have to link them together. So you come here in the relationship model view, you will see two data files. So two data files are, but they are not linked together. It means there is the Power BI does not know how they will interact with each other. So you have to do is you in this section you have to create a new relation. So for that, you have to press this button, add unit relation. So it will give you a new relation. So all the relations that are there. So you can do auto detect, but if you know, you can. So you select the first data file and select the column which you want to match. So in this, I have to find the country column, and in the second data set, I will also select the country column. So I have to match with many to many, and then both. So it should be connected with both. So when I press save, it will create the relationship, and when I close it, it is shown here. So what does it mean? So let's go back to the data window. I will show you example for that. So what is the purpose of this merging of the file? So I will select this data, and then I will create a maybe a column chart. So let's select a column chart, and then I will select data from this data file. Let's select variable ECI. So this is sum of ECI. So now I can do is that I can select the country. So it will plot for all the countries in the data. So you can make it bigger to see all the countries. So since there are many, so it's not fit in this data file. Next thing we can do is now we minimize this data file and select a region from other data file. So it will come as a you can see the region is shown here, or all the regions. So you can just go here and then just say East Asia. So it will only show East Asia, or maybe you can see any specific region, let's say South Asia. So it will only show South Asia. So this way you can, now the advantage is that you are picking the classification from other data file and applying it on the main data file. So this is the way you can, like, now you can, since I did it two ways, so what you can do is, let's say if I read this graph and then create a new graph here and just select a region, okay, and then from the other side I select a variable. So let's say I pick up ECI. So it has shown me the value of ECI across all the regions. So that's the advantage, that when I create a relation, I made it two ways. So this was the purpose of the video. What we discussed here is first how to remove the missing rows with respect to a particular variable, how to change the variable names, how to import multiple files, how to create a relationship, and it's a multiple two-way relationship, and then showed the advantage of a two-way relationship. So the advantage is that I can now apply a filter two ways. Thank you very much for watching. Do let me know if you have any other queries related to handling doing the data analytics in Power BI. Thank you.